Hey y'all, you know how we do. We started off once again with a new topic. Um, Follow me on Facebook, Jazz Glenn. Follow me on Twitter, Jazzy_Bell88. We got a couple of new topics to talk about for this evening. We're going to talk about side hoes. So today's topic is about girls who make it their mission to basically be homewreckers and, kind of jump into relationships and force themselves into relationships that clearly doesn't even involve them. So, I was talking to a couple of my friends or whatever, and one of them wanted me to do something about like girls, and they have the tendency to blame the other girl for why their man cheats. And another one wanted me to do about side hoes. So we're just going to do a combination of those. So my opinion on side hoes is this. Well, first of all, a man's going to cheat regardless. He's going to do his own thing. He's going to creep, whatever it is like that. I don't never want any female that I know to feel like, oh, he cheated because, something I did. Like, oh, I've gained weight, I got pregnant, my money ain't as long, so I'm broke now, this, and this, or whatever. At the end of the day, if he sticks by you, he sticks by you. If he don't, he don't. But that's never your fault on why he cheats. So, with the side hoe situation, girls be so ready to just, kind of fight the other chick, and I'm gonna go bust her tires, and I'm gonna go do this, and I'm gonna go do that. And then in actuality, it's not that bitch's fault. It's whose fault? His fault. Yeah. So, with that being said, I, with my past experiences, have been in relationships, have been cheated on, have been lied to, have been betrayed. And I've had the whole up and down feeling about how I feel about the other girl. Like, oh, she knew that I was with him, so I want to go fight her, and everything. But when you get to a certain point in your life and a certain age and level of maturity, you realize that it's not the girl's fault. And even if she's antagonizing you and kind of, ha, bitch, I got your man, this will like that, trust and believe, you can have him. Because trust and believe, I'm not going to sit there and sweat behind no man who doesn't want to be with me genuinely for me. Another thing about side hoes, a lot of time, women are okay with guys, having wives, having girlfriends, having baby mamas, or have, fiancés and everything like that, because it kind of takes the pressure off them. So they don't have to necessarily have all the obligations that the wifey and the girlfriend and the baby mom and everybody has or whatever. Which isn't right, but a lot of women that I know and, a couple other people feel like, okay, well, I'm not his mistress. I'm not his second. I'm not his this. I'm not his that, because he still does this for me. He still does that for me. You're still a jump off with a platinum card, basically. You're not doing nothing different. You're not, in actuality, he still is laying at home with this girl, and you're doing all the things that the girl wouldn't do. When in actuality, you're getting the bones, and she's getting the meat off the chicken. You're nothing. So, I want women to be able to, get some self-esteem, get some self-worth. You don't necessarily have to settle for these raggedy ass dudes who want to cheat, want to creep, want to do whatever, want to entertain the females. And yes, emotional cheating is still cheating. You might not necessarily be screwing this bitch, but you are still texting her. You're still calling her. You're still letting her inside your bubble. Because I feel like this, if you're going to be with somebody, you need to be with them wholeheartedly. And if y'all break up, then y'all just break up. But don't sit there and cheat on them and lie to them and allow another woman into your relationship without her knowing. And some women are like that. Some of them, they're cool with the whole, well, I'll watch you screw this other girl, or it's okay for you to have another girl because I'm still number one. No, you're just as foolish. You're just as foolish. And as far as like with the side hoes, and the girls that want to constantly fight and argue and blame each other and this and that and like that, y'all not doing nothing but stroking that man's ego, because he got two chicks fighting over him and he's standing around like King Dingaling, like, oh, I got these bitches over here fighting over me. When in actuality, ain't no man worth none of that. Cause you deserve better. I know I deserve better, and we all deserve better. And as long as you continue to allow this foolishness to go on, you're gonna forever be looking like a sucker, straight up. That goes into another subject of, just thirsty chicks. You need to get yourself, you have to be able to love yourself in order for somebody else to sit there and love you. And that's real shit. I know a lot of people say that kind of cliche line, like love yourself so somebody else will love you, but that's real shit. Because if you don't have no standards, trust and believe, men ain't going to sit there and try to abide by anything unless you lay the foundation that you're not like that. If you sleep with him on the first night, he's going to forever think you're a hoe. If you meet him at a club and you do this little one night stand and everything like that, he's going to forever treat you like a hoe. If you expect to get anything out this dude, whether him pay your bills, whether him, come stay with you, whether him even love you, however it is that you start off the relationship, that's exactly how it's going to end. So trust and believe that if you're with a man who has a woman and you do conquer the whole competition and make him your man later on in the date, don't think for a second that he ain't going to cheat on you too. Don't even let that idea fly over your head, because it's like that. If he can cheat on her, he will definitely cheat on you. And he already knows from Jump Street you don't have no standards because you didn't lay none from Jump Street. Girls are so thirsty. They're so parched. They're just dry like the freaking Sahara Desert. Damn. Like, come on, yo. Like, are you serious right now? You can't really be serious, because I feel like you're doing all of this for this guy, for this attention, for him to just love me, love me, love me, when in actuality, you really need to love yourself. And if you have children, you need to love them. Don't sit there and put these men over your kids, and your kids walking around here, they ain't fresh and their hair ain't done and they going to school looking a raggedy ass mess while you got this nigga pushing your Beamer and giving him your credit card. Who are you? What type of person are you? Because the way I look at it is this: if you don't sit there and put your foot down from Jump Street, trust and believe he's not going to never expect for you to put your foot down. And then you're going to forever look like the sucker at the end, and nobody's going to respect your gangster or your feelings, your opinions, your thoughts, your body, your anything. And on top of that, another side note for side bitches, if you're messing with a man and you knowingly know that he has a girlfriend, a live-in girlfriend, a live-in wife, a live-in fiance, whatever it is you want to call her, trust and believe, if he is with this woman, he's been with her for a little while, they are not using condoms. And that's just face the facts. That's just what it is. So you're mad nasty because you're screwing this man, not only knowing that he has another female partner that he is screwing unprotected. And then you go back and then you screw him, and then you look up 10, 15, 20 years down the line and you try to figure out how the fuck you got AIDS or something. Or even not even that long. Let's just say a few months. STDs is a serious topic. That's going to be another one of my topics, how, people believe that they can just get an antibiotic shot or antibiotic pills and it's going to cure everything. And I have, people that are really close to me that I genuinely love and care about that do have, serious diseases that's never going to go away. And, I don't know if you never have gotten a chance to be able to experience something like that, as far as like your loved ones are having them tell you that they have something that they just can't get rid of. But that's heartbreaking on your part as well as their part, especially on strength of just being negligent. Wrap it up. Condoms is what? You can go to the corner store and get like one for like a freaking $1 or something, or whatever. They got female condoms for dudes who don't want to wear condoms. Just get it together, because that's a whole messy situation. I feel like, with hoes, you're going to be a hoe, you're going to be a hoe. But at the end of the day, don't jump into my relationship with your nasty ass thinking that, you're just going to screw my man and it's going to just be all gravy and everything. Because if I find out, trust and believe, you can have them. And that's just what it is. I really wish women would get the idea in their minds that it's not the other woman's fault. It's his fault. And you need to hold these men accountable for their actions. Everybody, if you're old enough to screw, then that means you're grown up to make, wise decisions. If you don't want no baby by this dude, get on some damn birth control. Use some damn condoms. It's just that simple. People are always asking me, oh, Jasmine, why don't you have any kids and everything like that? But to be honest, I have not met a guy who I can genuinely say he has potential to father any of my kids. And that's real. That's real shit. Like, I would rather just do me, be by myself, or whoever it is that I'm dating at the time, instead of putting myself out there and have a baby by somebody who could possibly not even support me or my child. And I think that, these women are so thirsty because maybe his dick is good, he got long money, he got a good job, he's funny, he's cute, he's whatever. But at the end of the day, you can't look at somebody and know what type of parent they're going to be until after you done got knocked up by them. If he's not willing to treat you right before y'all even get to the point of having a child, don't think for a second that a baby is going to be able to keep him in your life. So I know I kind of just went off on a little bit of tangent and everything like that, but my main thing for talking about tonight is girls and how they are so angry and so sad and so depressed and losing their mind and in therapy and everything like that behind, their man cheating on them. And cheating can go both ways. Women cheat all the time. They go out here and they meet these guys and, they just want something that they're not getting at home or whatever it is like that. But at the end of the day, you need to be woman enough. You need to be man enough. You need to be a fucking adult enough to let your partner know, like, look, this ain't working. I'm not good for you. You're not good for me. We're just not compatible no more. So let's just squash it instead of just cheating. And I think that takes a real person, a real man, a real woman, a real mature person to sit there and finally let their partner know that, we're just not clicking the way we used to be, instead of, stepping out on them. Because, like I stated before, when you step out on somebody, you're potentially bringing STDs into your relationship, and STDs are not a joke at all, and don't think for a second that, only, people of the homosexual sexuality, are the ones who are catching HIV and AIDS. Statistics do show that HIV and AIDS are in a high rise in black women, and I want people to be able to stand up for themselves, stand up for what you believe in, and don't fall for every and anything. And that's not to say that you got to walk around here being bitter and everything like that, but, protect yourself. Protect your kids. Protect, your loved ones. You don't want to sit there and have that conversation with your mother and say, Ma, I'm HIV positive. You don't want to say that shit. Your mother will lose her finger licking mind. Straight up. Your partner will lose your finger licking mind. And that's not to say that, there isn't treatments and everything like that out here, but you didn't have to put yourself in that position when you could have very well just left. And just cut it lost. So, side hoes, it's not even the point of quote unquote playing your role. It's about you're just not needed. Because I feel like if you're going to pursue my man and he's going to pursue you, then how about I pursue my way out this goddamn relationship straight up? And it just is what it is, I hope that, a lot of people, find the partner that they were destined to be with. And, I'm pretty sure we've all come through, a whole lot of people that we just knew in our hearts wasn't right from us. And we ignored the red flags from Jump Street. And maybe they had, a temper or, addiction problems or, whatever it is, their problems may be a bad spending money habit. Whatever their problems may be, don't ignore the red flags. People, when they show you who they are, believe them. Straight up, believe them. Because ain't nobody bullshitting. Ain't nobody, oh, I can change him. I can this, I can that. Sweetie, your coochie is not that bomb diggity to keep this nigga around. Straight up. Coochie is coochie is coochie is coochie. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, if he wants to be with you, he'll fight for you. And if he doesn't, let his ass go. Straight up. Get it together, people. This is Jazz. One love.